Alrighty, so now we're going to talk about the third place match that happened earlier, and I know obviously not a lot of people watch this match itself, even though it's kind of deemed as the appetizer in terms of the main menu with the Leeds Cup final happening right after this game. But one thing for sure is that despite the fact that, it's a lesser known game compared to the Leeds Cup final, it was actually still a very entertaining game between both of these teams, and still there was something up for grabs in terms of this third place match, as the winner of this match is going to clinch himself a CONCACAF Champions Cup spot. And I gotta say, coming into this game, I don't think a lot of people gave Colorado any chances of getting that CONCACAF Champions Cup spot because, while yes, the Union suffer a heartbreaking loss in the hands of the Columbus Crew, surely they can rebound, especially now that they're playing at home, and the fact that, not to mention, the Rapids has to go on the road on a short rest and basically had to travel all the way across the other side of the country. You just feel like there was no way the Rapids can continue this Cinderella run that everybody thought that it ended on Wednesday against LAFC. And mind you, they have still not have beaten an MLS team in this League Cup. All their victory has been against the MX club. Yeah, that all changed in this game. And also, this is why we play the game. In the first half, Stefan would deny gas tag from close range, as I thought the Union were on the front foot in this one, which is something we've seen throughout this tournament, except for the last game, that is. But the Rapids, obviously, they sit deep and try to absorb the pressure, which is something we also seen a lot throughout this tournament. That's kind of the reason why they've been very successful, which is somehow absorb the pressure and then scoring in crucial moments. Stefan then denied Sullivan in the near post. The ref was then told he really sucked because, again, it's not a Union game, and especially it's not a Philly crowd if the ref you suck chant and the does not rate out whatsoever. But the shots up to that point were 4-0 for the Union 18 minutes in, and up to this point, it looks like it's gone according to the script. I mean, the Union are dominating this game. Yes, they have missed some chances, but eventually that's the same pressure is going to pay off, right? Well, Elliott then puts it wide from the free kick in the 20th minute before Stefan denied Gastek from close range. Up to that point, the shots were now 6-0 in favor of the Union. The first shot for the Rapids didn't came until the 29th minute, and they almost score here too because Blake had to make a big save here to deny Navarro and a chance for the Rapids to score on only their first shot on target and completely against the run of play. And then they got their second shot of the game when Laras puts one over the bar from long range. And again, the shots went out 6-2 for the Union 30 minutes in. But the Union continue to have most of the possession. They continue to control this game, even though they seems to have a lot of trouble in terms of unlocking a very disciplined Rapids back line. And then in the 38th minute, really against the run of plays, Calvin Harris would score for Navarro to give the Rapids a 1-0 lead. It was off of a lightning counter attack. And again, when you have so many possession like that, and if you try to continue to push man forward, yeah, you're going to leave yourself exposed at the back, and the Union was definitely left exposed because of it. The good news, though, for the Union, and at least, of course, good news for them, but bad news for the Rapids, that lead did not last long, though, because 3 minutes later, guess who? It's Ty Baribo. He scored from Wagner. Two ties the game up at one apiece. Navarro did look to answer, but he puts it one in the 43rd minute. But then in the 44th minute, it's that man again, Ty Baribo. He cannot stop scoring. So much so that he actually, at that point, took over the lead in terms of the Golden Boot race, and he would not let that lead slip. As we mentioned earlier in today's video, Diego Rossi couldn't quite get another goal or even a brace to try to retake that lead. So yeah, who would have thought that Ty Baribo is your Golden Boot winner for the Leeds Cup this year? And for a guy that has been really been one of the hottest number 9 in the league. Like he has been on fire ever since he has gotten a chance for the Union. I mean, ever since Julian Carranza left this team, it's almost like a blessing in disguise in the fact that yes, losing Carranza is a it's a huge blow for them, but they got this guy called Ty Baribo, and he just cannot stop scoring goals both in the Leagues Cup and also in MLS. And I would not be surprised he continued to score a bunch of goals. And it's a shame the fact that I don't think there's a Rookie of the Year award, and I don't think he's qualified for that because Ty Baribo has been on this team for a while. But man, talk about a guy that has just been informed. Who would have thought that he would be a guy that could step into the shoes of Julian Carranza, and probably equally as good as what Julian Carranza had delivered for this Union team before he's moved on from this team just this summer. But we do head to halftime with the Union leading 2-1, and unfortunately in the second half, just like how the Rapids had the lead for a short amount of period, the Union also had a short amount of period with the leads in the second half because just 4 minutes in, Oliver Laras would score an absolute banger of a half on the volley. That's only the second goal that Oliver Laras has scored in his career in MLS and with the Colorado Rapids. And what a goal this is! The absolute banger that was an absolute clinical finish from from trying to hit that one at the volley. Like you had to get that one completely right, and Laraz did exactly that. Although on the other end, Sullivan did look to answer with a banger of his own, but unfortunately he missed wide in the 51st minute. It feels like the script also kind of flipped as what we saw in the beginning of the first half, where I thought the Rapids were now the one that had most of the possession, and the Union were looking to sit back and counter. Bassett would then puts wide from close range before Laraz puts it high in the near post. Sullivan then hits one right to Stefan. And then I also thought that this game felt like it's on a night match because there's been chances for both of these teams. And again, for a third place match, usually third place match doesn't matter, but this is a third place match where there's a crucial show CONCACAF Champions Cup spot that it is up for grabs next year, and both of these teams wants to get that win. McGlynn tried to get that third goal, but he puts it wide from long range before the post would deny Abubakar from the header. That almost was like a slow motion goal because the way that Abubakar hit that one, it was really head with no power whatsoever, and it just kind of clinged off the post there. That was almost kind of a very slow motion goal that was scored by the Rapids. Bizo then puts it wide from long range, and as PK looms, both of these teams, they were still pushing hard to try to get that crucial third goal, trying to get themselves a berth to the CONCACAF Champions Cup next year. And in the 88th minute, Maxo almost handed that CONCACAF Champions Cup berth to the Union as he almost scored an own goal here. This was one when the ball come into the box from the corner. When you're a defender, those you got to make sure you hit that one correctly, because if you hit it wrong, it's gonna go into the back of net. And here Maxo hit that one wrong, and he's very fortunate it went over the bar. We've seen it so many times when defenders trying to defend a corner, and again they hit it wrong, and it's in the back of their own net. But that being said, we do head into a PK shootout as there was no winner after the regulation. So far in the PK shootout, this has been where the Rapids love this tournament so much, because it's hard to believe, but all their wins so far this Leeds Cup has come in the PK show. They have not lost a single PK shootout. In fact, the whole reason why they got to this point was via a PK shootout against Leon. So with that experience against a Union team that they did win that one round against Mazatlan, you just kind of had a feeling that the advantage was with the Rapids heading into that PK shootout, and it kind of shown because in the PK shootout, while the Rapids made all their well, actually they made all but one PKs, with Colin Rowan missing in round number four. Bizo, which struck the post in the round number four, and on that following a penalty miss from Connor Rowan, and actually the Union missed three of their four PKs in this PK show. Zach Steffen saved two of them, and honestly, Zach Steffen, I think based on this Leeds Cup performance, and I've said this before, this might have earned him another shot in terms of being with the U.S. men's national team, because he's been very solid throughout this Leeds Cup run, especially with PK shootout heroics. I would not be surprised that the U.S. men's national team might call in Zach Steffen, and in case, in a tournament itself, or even in the World Cup itself, do not be surprised if they just call in Zach Steffen to be the PK shootout goalkeeper, because it seems like as what we've seen so far in this Leeds Cup, he's been on point, and he has won all of them so far. So yeah, with that, the CONCACAF Champions Cup goes to the Colorado Rapids, and they win in the PK shootout 3-1. It's the fourth PK shootout that they won in the Leagues Cup, which I think that has to be a record, because I don't think there's any team has run that many PK shootout. Shots in this one, 10 shots for the 16 that the Union had, 6 shots on goal for the 4 that the Rapids had, 3 shots off target for the 4 that the Union has, 2 shots on block for the 4 that the Union has, and possession-wise, 58% possession compared to 42% possession the Rapids has in this game. And I already can hear that I know some people will say, well, the Rapids have been super lucky and they don't deserve this CONCACAF Champions Cup spot because they haven't won any games in regulation, and it feels like it's another added layer to the problem of this Leeds Cup, which that's going to be something I'll talk a lot about probably on Tuesday in terms of talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly in terms of this Leeds Cup tournament. But I argue that the Rapids by winning all these PK shootout, not only they deserve to get the CCC spot because of the miracle run, but they deserve it even more because it's one thing to win a PK shootout, but to win four in a row like that, and the fact that they had to come back so many times and doing this Cinderella run, they absolutely deserve to win this or at least get a berth in terms of CONCACAF Champions Cup. So I almost said that they deserve to win the Leeds Cup, even though they didn't make it to the final. But for the Philadelphia Union, that this has got to be disappointing, and just add another layer of disappointment in a game where again they were heavy favorites coming into this game against a Rapids team that had a great Cinderella run that came to an end against LAFC, and nobody thought that they could have done it. Do it again against the Union. Yeah, the Union did it again, failing in a big moment like that, and that just adds to another layer of the fact that yeah, it is pretty clear that they need to go through a rebuild, and the rebuild could start as soon as this offseason. And that's even if this team somehow make it to the playoffs in the East and maybe go on a deep run. But if it doesn't result in the trophies, it is pretty clear that the rebuild is going to be happening. And as I said, it's kind of already started with one of their core pieces, Jose Martinez, no longer with this team after they sold him off to Corinthians. And there you have it. That is pretty much it in terms of the review of this third place match. As always, let me know in the comments below what do you think of this game. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash the subscribe button. And yeah, I of course will see you guys next time.